It is my pleasure in economics for 2025, etc.
So, and then you will sit here. So the jury chair will sit on this chair behind. Now, just hold on the video for a second, please.
I am drawn to...
Yeah, after the jury chair finishes, I will say, before I call him on stage to receive his award, here's a video of Professor Agarwal talking about why he is drawn to researching economics. May we have the video, please?
I am drawn to economic research because it can make a tangible impact on society.
Too loud and echo. Thank you.
In collaboration with practitioners and policymakers, it offers a clear path to making a positive difference.
Can we please reduce the volume a bit?
In many areas, such as organ allocation, school choice, and job matching, it would be unethical to use money to allocate resources. Life-saving organs should not go to the highest bidder. These decisions shape education and healthcare, so they matter deeply. A successful transplant can transform a patient's life and their families. Similarly, getting into the right school can have a lasting impact. But because these systems do not work like traditional price-based markets, analyzing these systems using tools that are familiar to economists has been a long-standing challenge. Along with my collaborators, I have developed data-driven methods to analyze these systems to identify what works, what does not work, and how to improve efficiency and fairness. The work in this area has provided new insights that has enabled better policy design. Looking ahead, I want to apply this approach much more broadly, using economics and data to build better systems and demonstrate its value across a diverse set of applications.
Please join me in welcoming on stage Professor Nikhil Agarwal. And may I request Mr. Mohandas Pai, the trustee for this award category, to join us. So Nikhil, you will come up now, along with Mr. Pai. I request Professor Schmidt to present the Infosys Prize in Economics to Professor Nikhil Agarwal. So thank you, Mr. Pai. Thank you, Professor Schmidt. Thank you, Professor Basu. Nikhil, would you like to say a few words so you come back here, right? So as you're coming out, you can just give that to her, and then come and make your.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. Okay, so that's the capsule. First, I will invite the jury chair to come up. He will announce the prize. He will sit here, and then we'll have the video, and then I'll call on the winner and the trustee to come up there and receive the prize. And then you have your acceptance remarks. Our next laureate for this evening in the field of engineering and computer science is a professor at the University of Toronto. The jury chair for this category is the president of Oregon State University, Professor Jayati Murthy, etc., etc. Please join me in welcoming Professor Jayati Murthy to the podium to tell us about our winner's work. Professor?
Sushant Sachdeva. The Infosys Prize 2025 in Engineering and Computer Science is awarded to Sushant Sachdeva, Associate Professor, blah, blah, blah.
And before I call him on stage to receive the award, here's a video of Professor Sachdeva on his quest for breakthroughs. May we have the video, please?
I design algorithms to solve optimization problems efficiently. One of my major contributions is an algorithm for efficiently solving the maximum flow problem, a problem first posed around World War II that asks, how quickly can we move resources from one point to another? This simple question became central to algorithms and computer science, modeling transportation, communication, and networks. After decades of stalled progress, we achieved a breakthrough in 2022, achieving algorithms that run almost linearly in the graph size. So if a graph grew tenfold, runtime would also only grow tenfold, something once thought impossible. Our approach also handles dynamic graphs, making it vital for real-world systems like traffic routing and data flow. Today, we are at the cusp of a revolution where we expect that models will discover new knowledge. My goal is to accelerate this discovery by combining algorithms and AI, pushing computational boundaries and opening new research frontiers.
Please join me in welcoming on stage Professor Sushant Sachdeva. May I request Mr. S.D. Shibulal, the trustee from the Infosys Science Foundation, to join us, and also Professor Murthy to join the presentation. I request Professor Randy Schmidt to present the Infosys Prize in Engineering and Computer Science to Professor Sushant Sachdeva. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Murthy. Thank you, Mr. Shibulal. Thank you, Professor Schmidt. Professor Sachdeva would like to say a few words, please. You can just give that to her. Yeah. And then come. Got it?
And when they come in, so we just stand in a row.
Just stand in a row while getting that. Wait for the photograph. And then I will invite you to say a few words. So you come do that, and then you. Thank you. In our next category, Humanities and Social Sciences, our laureate is Associate Professor at the University of Chicago. And to tell you more, I am pleased to introduce to you the Jury Chair for Humanities, Professor Akhil Bilgrami.
The Infosys Prize 2025 for Humanities and Social Sciences goes to Andrew Orlett.
Sir, and then you sit here, Professor Bilgrami. You will sit here. Yes. Please join me in welcoming on stage Professor Andrew, here is a video of Professor Andrew Orlett reflecting on languages, words, and culture.
I've always been interested in ancient languages. I taught myself Latin, and then studied Greek, and then Sanskrit. Very early in my study of Sanskrit, I realized that it came from a culture that took language and philology extraordinarily seriously. There was a civilizational project of attention to words. Then came the question that shaped my research. Why does Prakrit exist alongside Sanskrit as a literary language? What is its role? My research investigates this language order in pre-modern India. Why do cultures value and organize languages the way that they do? Which languages matter? Which languages can you compose literature and philosophy in? Studying ancient languages is not about utility. It's about having a conversation across time with some of the smartest people who ever lived. It enriches our understanding of the world and deepens the intellectual conversations we need as human beings.
Please join me in welcoming on stage Professor Andrew Olet. I request Mr. Nandan Nilekani. Can we have someone fill in for Mr. Nilekani? Chris, if you don't mind, please. Thank you. I request Mr. Nandan Nilekani, Anchor Trustee, to join Professor Bilgrami for the presentation. And may I request Professor Schmidt to present the Infosys Prize in Humanities to Professor Andrew Olet. Thank you, Mr. Nilekani. Thank you, Professor Schmidt. Thank you, Professor Bilgrami. Yeah, the rest of you can return. Professor Olet, would you like to say a few words? Thank you. So just a note to the winners. Yeah, I was just going to tell the winners. Could the cameraman just move out a little bit, please? Yeah. Just a note to the winners. As the four of you break up from there, just carry your certificate and the medal with you this way. She will be here to pick it up from you as you come here to make your remarks, okay? And then we will deliver that to you back towards the end of the program, right? No, they exit from here, back to your chair. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Professor Olet. Our next laureate in the category of life sciences is researching how our little cells keep the stuff of life, our DNA, from going extinct. And to announce the Infosys Prize in Life Sciences, I'm pleased to introduce the jury chair for this category, Professor Mriganka Sur. Dr. Sur is Newton Professor, etc. Please welcome Professor Mriganka Sur.
The Infosys Prize 2025 in Life Sciences is awarded to Anjana Badrinarayanan.
No, he was not talking loud.
I will speak up.
Yes. And here's a video of Professor Anjana Badrinarayanan talking about how her curiosity led to uncovering the mysteries of our cells. Can we have the video, please?
I've always been curious. Not just about why life works, but how. DNA, the blueprint of life, faces thousands of damages every day, yet repair is fast and accurate. How does this happen? A question we've been exploring in the lab is about homology search, how a broken piece of DNA finds an exact match inside the cell. We've developed live cell imaging-based technologies to probe this process inside living cells. Using this, we've uncovered molecular motors that power search. We've solved a mystery that has remained unsolved for decades. Our work has also showed that dormant cells can mutate, reshaping our ideas of how antibiotic resistance can emerge. We've also revealed how mitochondria clear DNA damage to keep cells resilient. Genomes are not rigid, they're plastic, capable of change. Understanding this plasticity has profound implications for evolution, aging, disease, and the emergence of antibiotic resistance. Now we are asking, what is the journey DNA takes as it goes from one organism to another? How does something foreign become part of you? That is where we are going next.
Please join me in welcoming on stage Professor Anjana Badrinarayanan. May I request Mr. S.D. Shubulal, the Anchor Trustee, to join us on the stage, and may I request Professor Sur to join us for the presentation. I request Professor Schmidt to present the Infosys Prize in Life Sciences to Professor Anjana Badrinarayanan. Yep. Thank you, Mr. Shibulal. Thank you, Professor Schmidt. Thank you, Professor Sur. Professor Anjana, would you like to say a few words, please? Yep. Good. Thank you and congratulations. Our next category is mathematics, and our laureate in this category is an associate professor at the School of Mathematics at the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research in Mumbai. I'm very happy to introduce you to the jury chair of mathematics, Professor Chandrasekhar Khare, from the University of California in Los Angeles, etc., etc. Please welcome Professor Khare.
The winner of the Infosys Prize 2025 in the mathematical sciences is Sabyasachi Mukherjee.
Here is Professor Sabyasachi Mukherjee talking about building bridges to better understand chaotic dynamical systems. Can we have the video, please?
I work on dynamical systems. The area of dynamical systems started about 125 years ago with the question whether the planetary system is stable or whether things will crash eventually. Today, dynamical systems find applications in many areas of science: statistical physics, biology, computer science, and many more. For a century, we have seen many parallels among them, and my work focuses on building bridges and connections that can eventually transform the way we understand chaotic dynamics. Mathematics thrives on a holistic approach. A problem can come from any area of science, and we should not dismiss it as an applied problem, because the tools that we develop in order to solve an application-oriented problem can lead to beautiful areas of pure mathematics. I want to push this new area of mathematics further, turning it into a full-fledged theory. My goal is to uncover deeper relationships and build bridges across systems and find connections that can transform the way we understand chaotic dynamics.
Please join me in welcoming on stage Professor Sabyasachi Mukherjee. May I request Mr. K. Dinesh, the anchor trustee for this category, and Professor Khare to join us for the presentation. And I request Professor Schmidt to present the Infosys Prize in Mathematics to Professor Sabyasachi Mukherjee. Thank you, Mr. Dinesh. Thank you, Professor Schmidt. Thank you, Professor Khare. Professor Mukherjee, would you like to say a few words, please? Yep. Congratulations. Thank you. This year's winner in the physical sciences category is a professor of chemical engineering and chemistry at Caltech. And to announce the prize, it is my pleasure to introduce the jury chair, Professor Srinivas Kulkarni, George Ellery Hale Professor of Astronomy and Planetary Science, etc., etc. Please welcome Professor Kulkarni.
The Infosys Prize 2025 in Physical Sciences goes to Professor Karthik Mantiram.
And here is Professor Mantiram on the persistence, patience, and perseverance needed in research.
Almost 15 years ago, I read a paper about using electricity to convert air and water into useful materials. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I knew I had to start working on this problem. I decided to work on something my group knew nothing about. We started a research group focused on converting air and water into useful chemicals using electricity. For 3 years, we had nothing to show for it. No external grants or papers in those risky new areas. But with perseverance and patience, we got it to work. We developed lithium-mediated ammonia synthesis and a process to make epoxides using water without hazardous reagents or byproducts. Our goal is to replace the petroleum-based supply chain with air, water, and electricity, cutting carbon footprints, mitigating global warming, and improving lives. The promise is that smaller local installations can leapfrog existing massive centralized infrastructure. Our vision is that what happened with electricity production, with wind and solar becoming competitive with conventional power plants, can also happen with chemicals, modular, local, and powered by renewables, rather than large, centralized, and powered by fossil fuels.
Please welcome me in joining on stage Professor Kartish Mantiram. I request Mr. Chris Gopalakrishnan, the anchor trustee, and Professor Kulkarni to join us in the presentation. And may I request Professor Schmidt to present the Infosys Prize in Physical Sciences to Professor Kartish Mantiram. Thank you, Mr. Gopalakrishnan. Thank you, Professor Kulkarni. Thank you, Professor Schmidt. Professor Kartish, a few words from you. Thank you. Thank you, Professor. So, yes, they will speak in. Winners, you're all aware, right, that you have a little speech prepared? Yeah. Okay, we'll do it after this, sir. So that's the prize ceremony. There's the 6 modules. Any questions on this so far before we come to the last part of the program? All good, sirs? Okay, great. After this, we're going to have a short interlude where we have a music group that's going to be performing. So I will request Mr. Dinesh to accompany our chief guests to their seats in the first row. And then I will introduce the music group, and they will be interlude for about 15 minutes, Bhavna? 15 minutes. Thank you to the troupe. And now to formally introduce our chief guest, I invite Mr. Chris Gopalakrishnan, co-founder of Infosys and trustee of the Infosys Science Foundation, to the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a distinct honor to introduce our chief guest, a scientist whose work has fundamentally reshaped our understanding of the living cell.
You're back. 1 minute. So, Chris, what you have at the end that you will invite him to speak?
Yeah. I request Dr. Schmidt to deliver his address.
And Professor, I'll hand you your clicker, and your presentation should come up there.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor to recognize the best of young Indian science and culture, and to share this evening with my own reason for being here, Professor Sabiha Merchant, my partner, my life partner and colleague at UC Berkeley. Okay.
So then you will go back down there, sir.
Will I get to run through my slides?
You want to do that? Yes.
Well, I just want to make sure that slide number 8 which has a video, is connected properly. So if I can just go to number 8, actually I can see already that it's not as I wanted it to be. The slides don't always. All right, this is the slide that should play. Let's see. But there should be sound.
Sound?
It needs to be connected. This is what I was worried about, because there's a voiceover. Should I play it again? They've cut the feed.
Give us a few minutes.
Do you want to give us a couple of minutes and then we'll come back to that slide 8 if you want to finish in the
Okay, let's
meanwhile.
finish. Yep. Okay.
Do you want to run through the rest of your slides or are you okay? Do you want to run through the rest of your slides?
But I can see from the title slide that there was a problem already. If we can go back to my slides, please. The transmission garbled the font on the first slide.
Okay.
Let's see if I can put it on a memory.
Can you
stick
just
and
go
bring it
back to slide 1? This.
Yeah, this is.
We need to reformat this.
I'll have to reformat it and bring it back. Maybe I can come back later.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll have some.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's. See, it's not.
Yeah.
I see. There's a. Yeah. I'll have to fix this. All right. So this is the one that should have sound.
Okay, slide 8 noted, we'll check.
Scientists have long imagined being able to make specific changes to the genetic code of a cell or
Okay,
organism.
that's fine. All right. Yeah, see, the font on the titles is off.
I think it's to do with the PPT template.
Yeah. Yeah, again. Okay, I'm going to get it, put it on a PowerPoint slide and fix it and bring it back.
Because after you finish, you will go back to your seat. So thank you, Professor Schmidt. Bhavna, we're good?
Yes, yes,
Yep.
go ahead.
And as we draw this evening's program to a close, I now request Mr. Salil Parekh, CEO and MD of Infosys, to deliver the closing remarks. We will have Salil Parekh come up here and say the thank yous. Thank you, Mr. Parekh. And now I invite the winners on stage with your certificates for a photograph with Professor Schmidt and Mr. Dinesh. And may I invite Mr. Narayan Murthy to join us as well. So now we'll have all the winners. You'll come with your certificates. Mr. Dinesh, Professor Schmidt, and Mr. Murthy. Bhavna, I need your help for
Please can we
choreography.
have one certificate from that salver? I think now we stand and we'll see how we do this. We will take advice from the photographers. We'll take advice from the photographers. Is this a good frame? I think we need to be closer. We're just trying to make it look beautiful. Like a math equation. Chairs move to the right. Yeah, just be close. We'll be removing the chairs just for your information after Professor Schmidt speaks. Stop. Is this okay? Yeah.
So just remember the order. You all have your positions?
You should know that. It's a happy occasion, I hope.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Right, and you might go back to your seats down.
No, no. He's not doing the dance. He's not doing the dance. Suddenly we should have finished the vote of thanks. Now we finish. That's it, Deepak. You
That's it.
announced dinner.
Well, with that,
Want to wrap up?
that's it, no?
So when you, one thing is when you, yes, yes. The photograph. Photograph is important. Can you do that before anything? No, we have empty. Done with the rehearsal. Thank you, everyone. But I do request Professor Schmidt and anyone who wants to check a slide to please stay back. Swati?
No, I haven't done.
4:55, we meet back at Plumeria for the photograph. So the jury chairs, please note 4:55, we meet for the photos. Plumeria, where we had lunch?
Oh, where we had lunch.
Where we had lunch was Tamarind, the adjacent room.